I suppose I'm curious if life was similar during the Copper Age in Iberia. Did people interact with each other in the same way or interact with their landscape in the same way?
Mm-hmm. Those are good questions, and very big questions, and very difficult questions sometimes to answer clearly. One thing to keep in mind is that there are many people living at this time in Portugal and Spain, in different kinds of landscapes. And so there was a lot of diversity. There were a lot of different things going on at the time. But in general, we can say that people were living an agrarian lifestyle. That is, their economies were based on agriculture and herding of domestic animals. But they were also engaged in the production of pottery and stone tools and metals and crafting other kinds of objects. So in many ways, life was sort of familiar to a sort of rural kind of community lifestyle. So that's what's familiar about it. But what's sort of unfamiliar and sort of makes us remember that there are different sorts of people is that they treated their dead very differently than we do today. They buried their dead in what we call collective tombs, sort of in groups. Sometimes 20, 30, 40, 100, 200, people all buried together, next to each other, on top of each other. And so that sort of tells us something about the likelihood that they had very different ideas about their relationships to each other, a different kind of relationship to the dead. Some of these tombs are, involved a lot of work, a lot of labor to construct. So they clearly thought that the dead were worthy of a certain amount of effort, and particularly the collective dead, groups of the dead.